So, guess who forgot he was on his other account before he decided to go ahead and go live? Yeah, sorry about the small delay. I almost accidentally went live on the wrong account. That would have been really, really awkward. We're on the correct account. For what it counts, I guess. But yeah, sorry about that. That's a little awkward, I know. Alright, let me put myself into this. I did put the proper tags for this stream, right? And I didn't just blank on it. While we're waiting and getting everyone set up and in. Absolutely fumbled the bag. Yes, quite. No, okay, I did. Excellent. Late? What do you mean late? Or is it just late for you in the day? Sorry. Okay. Fair. I did say 5 minutes. I don't think you were. Well, to be fair, you just got here. Took me longer than 5 minutes. I know. I'm sorry. As I was trying to as I was explaining before you popped in, I loaded up on my other account. I was about to hit the record button, and I realized, oh, I'm on my other account. Let me go ahead and exit out, restart Steam, and go onto the correct account and get the room set up. That would have been very awkward otherwise. So yeah, I do apologize. That was not intended. It was a fumble on my end, absolutely. Took me 13 minutes. Okay, I'm sorry, I know. I'm sorry. Anyway, I'll send you the code if you want to pop in. Here you go. You don't talk about the 13-minute incident. Oh yeah, I think we have what? Today is the 14th. I think we have this stream and next stream, and then we'll have the evidence rework. Ah, okay. No, that's fine. That's fine. That's fair. I get it. In the meantime, I mean, if you want to stay in and at least watch. Obviously, if you can't or you don't want to, no pressure. But hey. As for what we have, I've got my customs available, so we're going to start playing with those. So we got all of this. We get about 4 times the multiplier. So we'll give it another moment just in case anyone. You're waiting on him so you can? Valid. I'll give another moment just in case. And if not, then I will go do a match myself then. But I know we do have a couple people that do enjoy playing Phasmo. So just in case. Also, complete side note, we've hit 25 followers. Big milestone there, first 25. Yeah, I'll just go ready up. We'll do this. You know, let's start, actually, before we go into 2 evidence, let's start with a nice casual. Actually, what is the weekly? Deja vu, okay. We'll go do a professional first, and then we'll go do the custom. Just because I want a nice good warm-up before we go into 2 evidence.
Take a look at the equipment and prepare accordingly before starting the investigation.
Alright.
No report this time. Be careful. You're going in blind.
No, it's gonna be there. Alright, what we have? We have the following. Whenever I go. Escape the ghost during a hunt, EMF reader, crucifix. It's not bad. Power box is in that room. Okay, so we just gotta go up and over. Okay, that's not bad. What is the weather looking like? We're gonna have a really nice 14.5. Okay, so we're looking at like what, 13 to 15? Alright. First things first, we probably want to identify where the ghost room is. Let me go check these rooms real quick since I have the lights on in here. 15. Actually, I'm on here too. Is there a hiding spot? There's the pentagram. Okay, there is a hiding spot here. This is a valid room to hide in. 15.5. Keep the light on in here just in case. And that immediately pops out in terms of temperature. Huh. 14.8, 14.5. Sure, no ghost orbs. 17. 15, not here. Actually, I'm gonna go back in here though, just in case. She could have something like a bathroom ghost. Want to at least go ahead and narrow down the list of options. .3. No. I'm inclined to say no. Alright, so Ghost is most likely upstairs. I'll go check the patio just in the offshoot. The off chance. But I don't believe it will be. Pull out. Pull out. 15. No, I didn't think so, but... yeah, no, it's gotta be upstairs. Which at least it does mean that we've narrowed down our... I'll go check these rooms again. I want to be 100% sure. I'm like 90% sure it's upstairs, though. Unless it's like in here. Okay, no, 18 degrees. Knowing that, let me go run over, check my sanity. Just to make sure I'm not at something like 80% for some reason, or like 70%. Because if I am, that does mean a couple things. About... flickers anywhere on there, so heading about 90%. That does check out. A little bit lower than I'd like, but... it does give me a little more to work with than I expected. Okay. Anything in this room? No, I didn't think so. 21. Well, it's not in here. Nope. We're looking more and more like it's the attic. I did miss one room. Could still be in this room. technically, any of the surrounding ones. Bone here. Okay. In case of an emergency, that is available. Okay, so it's gotta be the attic, right? There's not really any other spots that it could be. Okay. No, Mr. Spider. I'm just a little worried about overusing power and blowing everything out, though. Yeah, 3. Any ghost orbs? Okay. Answer to that is most likely no. That immediately a little bit concerning. Yeah, again, didn't get freezing either at like 3.3. Yeah, that's a little concerning. You know, to be fair, next time I'll probably say 10 minutes. Shield or leeway. Can't take that cane. It's a cool looking cane. Well, it's simple enough, but it's nice looking one. It's like a sword cane. Okay, 55%. 55%, given the details that I had, I was at 90. I was decently in the dark for a decent amount of time, considering I had to check. Considering that, however, it is still, depending on the rate, I don't remember the rate, could still be a Jinn. It's one of the things that immediately comes to mind. I'll get this and then... We're gonna turn this one off just in case. That way there is one more breaker. One more breaker, one more light. Just for a little bit extra protection. That way if I have to go down in the dark, it's not gonna be a huge trek in the dark. That would suck. Let's cover this about right here. Cover this other one like right here. Temperature check. Negatives. Ghost orb check once again. Confirming negative. However, we do have freezing temps. If we have a demon, we have a very friendly demon, which I'm not going to complain about. Yeah, personally, I find that a lot of the ghosts that don't have ghost orbs can be among the worst. So there are a lot more threatening ones. You do have a few of them that aren't too bad. And, I mean, ghost orbs obviously does mean mimic, but no ghost orbs for no mimic. Ghost orbs, freezing. Still leaning towards Jinn. I should have been probably a little bit higher, I'd like to think. And a Jinn would have given me a huge surge of, not sanity. Roy, what we got? It's very unlikely to be Spirit Box compared. Dots is literally just Oni. If it, I feel like I can skip out on Dots. If I get something that looks like it might be an Oni, we can check then. EMF is most likely a candidate, as is Ghost Writing. Actually, I put the book back for right now. Then I'll bring the camera so I can knock out the bone. Then I can leave the camera upstairs in the room, so that way whenever I go to get ghost writing, I'll have 2 opportunities. It'll be 4 photos. Of course, I'm just trying to have a little bit of fun, I'm not trying to go for perfect, but... you know how it is, you know how it is. In the meantime, Logic Bear, since you're here, how's everything going on your end? Have you been hearing about the new update that's dropping pretty soon for Warframe? We got a list of Aroxia's abilities, though she has some really weird quirks for some reason that involve how a few of those things work. Like one of the things that works on her end is that she has an ability that summons little spiderlings. Apparently doesn't count as a summon, which is really weird. I feel like there's a bit of an oversight, but it could just be some weird cheese prevention or some such. I don't know what's going on in the developer's head, so I can't give a logical answer for that. But I'm sure they have some reason for doing it. I'd like to think. Basically the same. Maybe this later. I forgot to do that. I should be taking the later. Alright, let's get the books. Because EMF and Ghost Rating are very high potentials for at least one of them. Though I think I'm not going to put the books down entirely. I'm just going to toss them into the room. And then head back downstairs, grab an incense just in case that it is something aggressive. If I'm lucky, it'll just be a shade. But... if I'm unlucky, it'll be a demon, a Moroi, or something along those lines. Though to be fair, I'm probably more concerned about a Moroi than a demon. At least a demon's gonna be regular speed, even if it hunts more often. Alright. I swear the amount of attic ghosts we've had playing on this map. We had a front door one, we had one in there. We had a bathroom one that shifted a couple times. We've had several attic ghosts. Oh yeah. I'm pretty sure that's a Jinn. I am pretty sure that's a Jinn. That was a huge drop right there. I was at 82, and now I'm in the 50s. Considering a Jinn is like a 20% drop when that happens, I should be in the 70 range. Considering I'm pretty sure it's happened twice, yeah, I'm pretty sure that we're looking at no ghost ring. I'm pretty sure we're looking at UV and EMF. So, considering that, I'm actually, let's just say, I know do it there. I'm gonna bring some salt upstairs and a UV stick. So I'm half expecting this ghost to walk through it and drop me some UV. If I get the UV, I'm going to put my money on it being a Jinn. I almost wish I was doing that 4 times multiplier right now. Because of how open and shut this feels. Because power's on, meaning the Jinn can do its ability. I had to have been in the room with it. Or near it while it wandered. And the fact that it hasn't hunted yet means it's most likely not a demon. Plus the huge drop. I don't recall any other ghosts that have a huge ability like that. To my knowledge, I haven't been evented on or anything. So to me, that reeks of Jinn. Because yeah, we have... You wouldn't be doing that. Manifestations, you could be more powerful with those, but I've not had any events. If I was getting a bunch of events, I'd think it might be Oni. Twins, again, not really had any events, so nothing would indicate twins. Moroi, I've not spoken into the spirit box or used a parabolic mic. If I had, I could potentially put it as that. And then you're just literally just you hunt more often. I would not be having a giant spike like that. Alright. Incense it up, just to be safe. And then... Ah, nuts, I accidentally just used it. My finger twitched. Ah, I hate when that happens. So there goes one incense for no reason, and then I now use the lighter if I didn't need to use it. What's I gonna grab? Honestly, I might just grab a second salt. Yeah, I probably will just grab a second salt. Just so that way I have more options for UV. Let's look at how goofy that looks. Huh. Alright. Knock knock, Mr. Jinn. I'm coming inside your room. Hope you don't mind too much. I'm gonna kindly ask you to step in some salt, if that's okay. Just make sure that I didn't just fumble. Okay, yeah, it's 10 degrees in here, negative. Hey, man. No. Are you just not giving me? Have I really just sat in the dark that long that it gave it to me that way? I mean, it's possible. Oh, I can't shake the glow stick up. Oh, that doesn't count for an interaction? I feel like that should. Cause like I know you eat. Okay, no, there's the footsteps that I was waiting on. I was gonna say, if there wasn't any footsteps, I was gonna be calling some sussery. Yeah, that's a Jinn, for sure. Because, again, I don't think it's a demon. It would have done something by now. Surprisingly though, have not had anything EMF wise go off. Which really does not help in any form. Though if this was 2 evidence and it didn't have EMF, I'm pretty sure it's a Jinn. I'll give it a moment or 3. But worst case, maybe I'll come up with like a candlestick. Since I've already used the lighter by accident, it's gonna get counted as consumed, so at that point I might as well just use the candlestick. Just get another thing knocked off. Wow, this thing is really trying to pop its abilities, because I don't have any of these knocked out. Like, I know these are expensive, and I don't feel like I probably shouldn't be wasting those, especially because I'm not gonna hunt then. But considering the fact it's just a Jinn. I said this thing has used its ability on me several times. Considering the proximity it's been to me. Which admittedly is quite surprising. It's definitely surprising. We got that right there by EMF stick, so it doesn't matter at that point. I mean, it's either mimic demon or thing there, and I'll go just for the sake of argument. Just for the sake of argument. Still no. Okay, we got EMF at least. Not EMF 5, but. Like, either this is the world's most clever mimic. I mean, there's an easy way to tell. Let's just confirm it's not a mimic. I don't think it is, but like everything in my soul is screaming Jinn. And you know, I'll just go. And as I said, we would need to see ghost orbs anyway for the mimic. I'm like, we could just get spirit box. I'm like, I know it's not gonna be a response. We should have seen ghost orbs by now if it was. And just the ability proccing several times where I have so much lower sanity to the point where I've used 3 pills. And that's too sketchy for it not to be a Jinn. Plus, we got some decent photos. Yeah, Jinn.
Welcome back.
Who would have guessed? Who would have guessed at all? Of course, it's the Jinn. Alright, $1,000+ bucks. Delicious. I mean, that would be 1,140. I mean, to be fair, it would be nice if I got some more of the things to buy. Okay. I mean, that would make up for it. EMF reader, better. EMF reader makes up for it. I now have directional. And I can get multiple readings. So it's really good for testing for a, for twins. Or Pulte. Both those will be really good for testing for. I don't know why that consumed only 1. Maybe I had 2 more since the last time I just forgot. Right, well, we gotta go to my equipment manager. We gotta switch this over to 3. So all of these to 3. So unless I have a real specific reason for using a low tier, I really don't have a want or a need. All of these extra loadouts. Also, we look at 2 meter range, 3.5 meter. and audio indicator, get a display screen. It's still electronic, so doesn't really change much. Good accuracy. There's basically no reason not to. Alright, what we got? Shop-wise, level 52, it should be 54, right? Spirit box is next. Then a UV light, which we're not really going to be using, so basically no upgrade until 57, basically, for the igniter. That's not too bad. Actually, before we do that, let me confirm something real quick. Anyway, if anyone does in fact want to play, options always there. Let me know in chat so I can properly invite you. I'm not too picky about who plays, just need to know who you are and to invite you into the Discord, just that way I can make sure I know which player's which. Give it another moment just in case. In the meantime, how has everyone been today? Hope you've all been doing okay. Something of a lazy Saturday. Like I said, we got this week, today, we got next week, and then during midweek next week, we should be having that update rollout. So it's gonna feel really weird not having, like, I don't know, it's gonna be weird not having just a spam salt, and you're gonna actually need to start using the audio recorder and all that. I'm kind of curious how it's gonna all work, but I mean, we'll see how it works. Shouldn't be too bad, I imagine. Shouldn't be too bad as a whole. Oh well. Alright. Let me do another double check. So while I'm here, I'll just go... No, I'm gonna do this in the background too. Alright. Change this to custom in the meantime. Alright, so as a reminder for anyone who is watching that might be considering joining, we got custom right here. Strength sanity 75, 20% restoration. Sanity drop is 50% faster. Sprinting on, but we're slightly slower. Flashlights and consumables, yep. Goes just to be regular speed, higher roaming frequency, but to compensate, no room changing. Not a ton of events or activity. It's not friendly. We get a grace period of 2 seconds. High hunt duration, but in the instance of, you know, actually, I think there's not really a reason to. I was gonna say most, like 90% of cases, whenever I see hunt duration, there's not always a ton of cases where beyond high you get a bonus. So at that point, it's like I'm gonna be playing multiplayer. I might as well keep it on high and not extend hunts. Like since we're actually right here, I'll even show you. As you can see, it does not give me any extra bonuses. So at that point, there's not really a reason for me to actually turn on kills extend hunts. No setup time. Don't really need it. I mean, worst case, it's a demon and it tries to jump me immediately. If that happens, sucks to be me. But considering it's a less than 5% chance of that happening, considering there's over 20 ghosts in this game. And that also implies that even if it is a demon, it would have to use its ability pretty much immediately to try to kill me. Which, let's be real here, that's most likely not happening. Low hiding spots, just so that we have a couple options that aren't just makeshift hiding spots. Sanity monitor on, because I prefer it that way. Activity monitor off. Not really as useful outside of checking for hunts, or maybe in the case of twins where it has a slight curve to it that it really shouldn't be having. Fuse box at start of contracting off. Invisible map off. I mean, for most of the maps that we play on stream anyway, I know where all of the options for the fuse box could be. Like, if we're putting a Point Hope, let's say, it's either going to be right on the bottom floor immediately, or it's going to be up, you know, we got several options that are just up the staircase, basically. Bleasdale, we have the back area where we had the last time. We have the patio. And I don't remember if there's a third option. If there, I'm trying to remember if there's one in the attic or not. I believe it's just those two. Willow Street, garage or basement. Grafton, one of three spots, either back left of the house, back right of the house, or top right of the house, like upstairs, second floor, top right. Tanglewood, either going to be in the garage or basement. Maple, I was gonna say Camp Woodwind. I'm pretty sure it only has like one spot consistently because it's a generator. Maple Lodge Campsite, we don't really play that. Prism, we don't really play that. We don't play Sunny Meadows at all. We don't really play Brownstone. I mean, to be fair, I would if we had like that thing there, or if we had like a big 4-player party. I could justify doing Brownstone then. But it's one of those cases. It's still gonna suck either way because Brownstone is such a huge map. Albeit it is also a high school, it makes sense it's gonna be huge, but like 50 rooms is pretty annoying. 30 rooms is annoying, let alone 50. I'm trying to remember where Ridgeview Court. I believe it's in basement. No, I was say Edgefield. I know is basement and garage. I'm trying to remember where Ridgeview is because that's so yeah, it's basement down there. Garage. I'm trying to remember if there's any other spot beyond them. I don't think it's an upstairs one. I don't know why I'm specifically yapping about that. Being a weirdo. Alright, well, I'll give it another minute. Since I've just been yapping, I'll give it another minute, and then if if we don't get anyone else who wants to pop in, I'll just ready up and play myself then. Let's do that, and then that, and then... So that, there we go. Sorry, I feel like while I'm waiting on the downtime, just respond to a quick text on my end. Oh, but you shouldn't be doing that. I'm a person too. Alright, let's start. Keep it simple. We'll go Tanglewood, I think. Hopefully we won't get jumped. Maybe we will. Who knows? Alright, let's do that. We got escape the ghost, repel the ghost, what's chasing someone. It's basically the same task. And then crucifix. basically I need this ghost to hunt me is what I'm hearing. Let's do that immediately to get myself to full. No, what am I staring off into space? I'm blinking. Alright. Heavy rain. We are looking at... No, I don't want to actually turn that off. Looking about what? Let's see, what's about 8 to 10 roughly, if I remember right. Slightly slower. Tick, tock. Tick, tock. Alright, basement power. So that confirms to me. Well. Let's start confirming temperatures. We can at least start reducing the number of potential rooms. Yeah, it's expected 5.1. Okay, front hallway. Alright. Well. Do we have ghost? Okay. That gives me a good chunk of evidence to work with. We can also mark that mimic as possible. Alright. Ghost orbs. We know on what circle mimic, just as a reminder. Could be any of these. If I can find out what that second piece of evidence is, we've got a lot of cases. Like if it's freezing temps, I can knock off a couple of these. If I can knock off... Actually, no, I think the only one that actually is a... No, I can... Well, I was going to say it's either not this or it's not this. So... I'm going to mark these both off preemptively, and if I get temps, I can always just unmark. Because there's a good probability it's not either of these two. Crucy down. We got a good chunk of the area to work with. Let's do like right here. And then let's do like right here. How's temperature looking? It's 4.3, 5.2. Huh. Again, I feel like if I'm looking for like a bone or anything, if I can figure out what ghost it might be, we can at least figure out how threatened we are. We have a lot of options. Not a ton of ghost writing. It's most likely not UV unless it's a Banshee. If it's UV, I should be fair, if it's well, it's either UV, it's either a Bake or a Banshee at that point. Raiju, if it's a UV, it's a Raiju. Dots is very likely as an evidence. Spirit box is pretty decent. So yeah, we're most likely... Okay, I was going to say there's actually a decent amount of options. I mean, it's most likely not going to be EMF. If it's EMF, we know it's a Raiju immediately. That's the one really, really, really good thing. Raiju immediately would be awesome. Oh! EMF 5. Would you look at that? It's a Raiju. Speak of the devil. Speak of the devil, and it shall appear. I mean... I don't know what else to say. I mean, we know it's a Raiju. can't be an Obake. Obake would be forced fingerprints. So that's not a piece of evidence for that. We know it can't change the rooms, so... Well, I'm not super threatened all of a sudden. Not because the fact it's not a threatening ghost, but... I mean, as long as I don't keep a ton of electronics on near it, should be fine. Let's get a camera, let me get this, let me... some salt. Let's toss some salt down. And bro turned off the power. Bro, you're a Raiju. You don't want to turn off the power. You like electronics near you. Oh, maybe if it's called electronics near you. I mean, let's first off get this. There. No, you're not allowed to do that. Stop touching that. You're not welcome. Which is a good photo. Okay, that's good. Thank you, good sir. Or ma'am. I don't discriminate. Yeah. Wait 1 second. Yeah, watch it be something ridiculous. But yeah, no, we got ghost orbs for sure before. Plus it'll be dots. So... I mean, just to confirm, like... Do I have lights on? That really doesn't help. Trying to figure out ghost orbs. Look, I know I saw it before. I'm trying to think. We're 81%. Anything? Actually, put more salt down. I mean, I don't need to have a ton of... Guess he likes the bedroom lights on. Guess he has nightmares if he doesn't have the bedroom lights on. You can have your nightmares. Actually, let me check. Is this a safe room? No, he's just trying to taunt me to go into there. Well, you passed the vibe check, I guess. Actually, let me go back into here. There's one down to check for. No, okay, it's not. Oh, look at the cursed position, like it's the mirror. Almost blanking out. Alright, that is an option as well. So I'll keep that door open. Just in the off chance that I need to. I know it's not going to be useful, but... Can you not... Like, do you have anything... Do you know a word such as manners? We need 3 more photos. I could just get more salt. I ideally like to look for the bone at the very least. I'm gonna take another pill. If I'm low. Okay, I definitely need to. As much as I could just let it hunt, I'm feeling lazy. I'd rather get some... Especially because this is a nice easy ghost, I'd rather not mess around and find out. I'd rather not to get to the find out phase. Because the find out phase is not a fun phase. So ideally we'll be in and out. I just want a couple more photos. A nice ghost photo would be awesome. But considering how the ghost is being, I doubt I'm gonna get that. I'm actually gonna... turn it off all too, because I know it's a Raichu. So just anger it. Confirm it's not in the basement. I know some bones have been in the basement before in like awkward spots. Yeah, it's not a good spot either to be. I don't want to be down here longer than I need to. I don't even have a hiding spot here. Okay, so it's probably in that room. It's the most immediate. Likely. Get that just in case. Ah, that's actually... Yep. Alright, so we know the bone is probably... Okay, bathroom it is. What we got? Did I miss it somewhere? It's actually possible I might have missed it without even realizing. Alternatively, it could be in the hallway room behind, like, one of the chairs or some such. Yeah, like right there. I was gonna say, if it wasn't in there, it's gotta be behind. In that room somewhere. Actually, while we're here, I might as well toss down the camera back into the room. Yeah, no, that was very lucky. I was not expecting the EMF reader to come in clutch like that. It's like, oh, it'll probably be like good dots, or it'll probably be... I mean, if it had been a Raiju with dots, that would have been so much harder, because I would have needed that thing to hunt. Because, again, we know it can't be, since we're on 2 evidence. Ghost orbs narrows down half the ghost. EMF narrows it down to these 2. This is forced ultraviolet, because the way the Obaka's ability works. So we know it has to be a Raiju then. So either way, that does feel good at least. But let's at least grab this and then we'll pop. Extra funny hours. Okay, thank you, Ghost. All 3 stars, right? Yep. Okay, you can have the house. Like, I'm gone now. I'm not gonna bother with my secondary objectives. I'm not waiting for my sanity to get low, and I'm not angering this thing and having it zoom around at me. Maybe in retrospect I should have just let it hunt, because that way I would have had the crucifix at the very least, but eh. Yeah, Raiju.
There's some jobs ready for you.
I mean, to be fair, that was still like 800 bucks. Let's be real. That's a lot of money still, even with literally accomplishing no goals and just relying on photos, investigation bonus, and correct ghost type. That's still 800 bucks. Like, that's nothing to scoff at. That's solid. So, it is what it is. We'll get another round. In the meantime, let's first refill everything. Sandy meds, salt. I'll just leave the salt. I was gonna say I have 17 salt. That's plenty enough. Yeah, I will probably take more of though. While I'm here. Okay, it's a camera. I don't need more than one. Realistically, do I actually even have more than one set? I showed it. Yeah, microphone, sound sensor. I have 2 photo cameras. Go turn that off. Alright, so let's go check to make sure we have everything we need. Dots, yep, I want 2, 2. Because 2 EMF readers could at least cover a room. There's some weird niche uses for one. And I'm guaranteed at least one at all times, so I mean... And I do want the second flashlight just for a miling test. Ghost frame book I want. No reason to ever have more than one spirit box. Like, even on 4-player, there's not really a reason. You should at least be able to have between camera... I think it's like, it's not going to matter at all if it's no evidence. Or if it's one evidence, you've probably either got camera that you can check for ghost orbs for, you got 2 people with temperatures that you can try to check for lower temps, as in maybe ghost orbs. In the case of either half the ghost or a mimic. Not really much of a reason to have multiple spirit boxes. As I said, thermometers does the same good there. UV lights, really good for that reason too. I mean, good for photos. The level tier, like the tier 2 one, even when I get the chance to upgrade to tier 3, I'll upgrade it just for the sake of, but I'm not going to use it at tier 3 in most cases because, well, I don't really have a reason to. I'm better off using the tier 2 that's going to take longer, but it's rechargeable. And it doesn't count as electronics. That way the ghost I can use as a makeshift flashlight if I need to. So genuine reason to actually have that. Video cameras. Honestly, I probably only need 2. Let's be real here. Because that'll be the main one I'm carrying in, and then maybe a spare if I need to set it up on a swivel or some such. Firelight, I don't need more than... Actually, I take 3 specifically. I'm like... Because I don't need more than 1, but I'm like, at the same time, if I do need to do an Onryo test, I have all 3 right there. Headgear, once I have rank 3, I'll actually start putting that in, but before that I don't look for a reason to. Igniter, just to make sure I don't get caught with my pants down. I have 2 of them. Incense, never, I should never not have 4 if possible. It's an incense that will save my life. If I have to burn through all 4 of them to not die, I will. Motion sensors. I could put 4 in. 2 is generally more than enough for most maps. Unless I'm going on for a really, really big map that I need to confirm the location of. Not really a reason to carry more than 2. Parabolic mic. Again, I'm playing with only myself. I don't have a reason to do that. Though if I play with other people, if I had like a 4-person squad, I could justify tapping in a second one. But even then, 3 of us, we probably don't need more than 1 reasonably. I don't think. Salt. I wish I could toss 4 in, but, I mean, it's still 3 salt photos and, you know, a bone or cursed object or something. Ghost photo. 3 gets the job done. Sanity meds. It's sanity meds. We're putting in all 4 of them again for the same reason. If it keeps me alive, it keeps me alive. Sound sensor. Really don't have a reason to slap in more than 1 if I need to get a sound from the ghost. Useful enough, I guess. And then tripod, I actually don't need more than 2 if I'm only running 2 cameras. For the video cameras. Oh, I had 3. I'll just leave that. Could sell it, but it's not really a reason to. As soon as I thwack my finger. Yeah, I think we're looking okay. Let's go for, I'm feeling Willow Street. I'm feeling Willow Street. Afterwards, I will check to see, regardless of whether I live or die, I will check after this to see what the weekly, task is. What Deja Vu is. I'm curious. If it's worth doing, I might actually see about... So, I'd consider at this rate popping into some public lobbies, but I'm like, at the same time, A, I have no idea what people are going to be like. And B, I don't know. It's just a little more... Look at this drink. But it's like, I don't know. I don't know how people are going to be like in public lobbies. And while I don't want to be like, oh, you can't say this or you can't do that. You know, I don't want to be the guy that's like, oh, by the way, I'm streaming to everyone that I pop in. Because I don't want to be that guy immediately. Oh, who are you? Yeah. I'm streaming while I got the same username. Oh, well, if you're streaming there, why are you popping into this? It's like, I don't know, man. Listen, I don't want to be that guy either. And at that point, I'd rather just fumble around than be a potential nuisance for people. Speaking of this, these are actually not too bad. Depending on the type of ghost that we have, that's not too bad. We could have right here, it could be like right here. I'll check the garage first, obviously. We will see. I'm not gonna put my money on the garage as much as I'd love for it to be there. It'll be a lot easier. It's a lot closer to a lot of the essential parts to the house. Listen, I don't want to put my money on it. Anything so far. Yeah, I'm glad I didn't put money on it. On the plus, I think that's a hiding spot there. I'll need to check. But yeah, we are looking at... I'm gonna go check the basement first at this rate. Okay, I heard the door. I heard a door. So I'm thinking it's most likely not a basement ghost. 9.7, yeah. It's not gonna be too much colder, but we'll at least feel something of a difference. I'm just gonna check here real quick. Okay, bone is not. Oops. Alright, bone is not downstairs. We can confirm at least that basement is basically unnecessary to go to. That's actually really, really useful. I'll just keep the door open in case I really need to hide down there for some reason. Though, to be fair, if I do, we're probably not in a good situation anyway. Door open. Was this the door? Actually, let me check inside this room real quick. No, no hiding spots. Well, I guess I could hide there. That's always an option. So let me go check in here first. I'm suspecting we don't have ghost orbs. 10.9 is not likely to be here. My next thought is it the bathroom? No. Is it a garage ghost? So let me go confirm it's not a front door ghost. There's a hand right at the front door. It is a front door ghost. Wait, hang on. 0.4. That hand I don't think was there when I came in. I think the ghost did something. Even if it was, we're gonna mark off freezing temps. Considering it touched the door, the front door, my immediate thought goes to you. What else are your options? Dots? Ghost orbs. Well, if we had ghost orbs, we'd know by now. And then, of course, since we have freezing temps, we're hitting like 0 point sums. Okay, there it is. Yeah, negative. You know, I usually wait until I have 0 point sum, and then I get confirmed negative. But it's usually at least a good enough of a thing. You usually never go below 1 unless it's actually a freezing temps ghost. As I said, my immediate thoughts go to Yurei. I'm thinking Dots is very likely. You know, no ghost orbs. At least for the second evidence. And the fact that there's the door that was shut. Most ghosts do not touch the door in any form unless it was trying to fake hunt. The ghost was not trying to fake hunt me. To my knowledge. Do I still have this spot covered? I do, okay. I want to make sure I have the house completely, the room completely covered, because this ghost is going to wander, but it's not going to go too far out of its room. It's stuck there. Sound isn't too unlikely. I can get a motion sensor. Might as well while we're here. If it is in fact a Yurei, like I think it is, Ponchiv, we're gonna get like negative 10. I can put up at 10. There's anything that immediately comes to mind. We know it's not a mimic. Oni, Shade, Jin. It could be a Shade. Demon is possible. Moroi is possible. Can I feel like actually I'm gonna toss these in real quick. I am gonna actually get a smudge stick though. Now that I'm thinking about it, on the topic of it potentially still being something that isn't there. Like, in case maybe it did do a fake hunt and I didn't realize, I do want to play it safe. That said, there's no way I'm going to be getting my sanity down to really low unless I'm confident, and plus I know where, if I have a hiding spot that I know where I can go to, then I'm a little bit more open. Less being a coward, more I don't want to die. It's a very decent likelihood that the ghost walks somewhere. These are all very likely spots that it could walk through. If it tries to leave the room at any point, likely. mean, we might as well get everything down while we're here. Just in case that I am wrong. Alright, smudge stick, right. I mean, there's not really a reason for me not to just toss this inside, walk back out, toss inside, walk back out. I could put on that side too, so we have a giant pathway that the ghost just does walk through. Good chance of getting spotted. It's not gone through the motion sensor yet. Look at the EMF. Average, unit. Bonk. Toss this inside here too. Since at this point I'm getting 2 objects, I might as well toss the incense in. I can come back in with another one. I only have 2 of them in an emergency. Yeah, no, that door touch was really sketchy to me. From as far. Did I just see dots? I'm like half sure I just saw dots. Hang on. This is where I'm going to go to clip function. We're going to go look. I need to review the footage. I know the motion sensor went off. Go back a little bit further. It's like a referee looking at a sports game. You gotta fully check. It's like, I know this is not the most entertaining all of a sudden, but I say as if this thing's walking through the dots, I'm absolutely gonna miss it on this side. So now I'm checking both. Again, sorry, I'm just double checking just in case it was. Oh, that might have been. That might have been. It's not clear enough to be able to tell for sure, but it's very possible that we got dots on the ghost. It's very possible. It's not worth entirely ruling out yet. That's frustrating. Because either a for or against would be great. Oh, that. So as I was saying, I did confirm that we did have dots like I thought we did. That means I just brought in a whole bunch of garbage. That's it. I'm really, really putting my money on it being a Ure. Like, if it was not a Ure, it would not have touched the door, I'm pretty sure. So, yeah, that's... What to do with this, I don't know how recent that is, but if that, okay, it was too far to be an interaction, or too old to be an interaction. We're gonna just toss these books, since we know it's gonna get tossed anyway. This I actually still be used for. And this I can put like right here to get more range to the thing, or I could put like right here and we have this entire corner covered. Which I mean, it's not a bad idea. Just wait right here. Actually, let me come back to that in a moment. You know, the bone. I'll get some salt. I should be doing that with the salt. 1, 2. This will fall. Time to look for the cursed object. I turn on that Amazon Fire TV. We'll let the ghost do his thing. But yeah, we got dots, so that's really useful. You know, I'm gonna be surprised. As I said, as a plus the fact of being a dots ghost, it can't be a mimic anyway. But freezing temps, I don't think Oni has any specific evidence. Let me go double check. Don't think Oni's on that list. Yeah, Mimic, Ghost Orbs, block AUV, Freezing Temps for Haunted, Gory over Dots, and then 2 Spirit Box for Dio and Moroi. No, there's not for Oni. I didn't think there was. That's unfortunate. Well, let's go slap down the last salt. Because even if I go to... even if I get like the ghost on here, I get the thing there, I'll still have a few more that I'll need. So... the bone already. Actually, let's go back outside. I forgot to grab another incense. Clubbing everything. Yeah, I'm looking for like... I mean, there's a really decent... Oh, of course it pops up there now. There's a really decent chance that there's one in there, because there's 2 options are in there. Really, bro, with the power. This ghost. Let's get that same energy as oh, Mr. Goodman. I probably should keep this light on. I'm not using it there just because it affected a decent trek back. Only 75% speed. Parabolic flying If I can get that ghost photo, that'd be awesome. Oh, did I get it? Disturbed salt. Ugh. Well, It's a Yurei. I thought so. Thank you for making it super easy to confirm that it's you and not an Oni. Considering you just airballed me. Ah, dang it. We got us a 1-star disturbed salt. I should just take the disturbed salt. I got greedy. Or should have made it in a little bit less apparent of a spot than the dots. Maybe let's get the parabolic mic. I have an opportunity to just sit there a little bit. But, you know, it's a Yurei. I thought it was because it touched the door. Yeah, it didn't try to fake hunt me, as far as I'm aware. Come on, buddy. Can you speak to me, please? Be very kind of you. Since you're gonna be a no. Hmm. I don't think he wants to talk to me today. Yep, that's a double door touch. That's a double door touch. That is a double door touch. That would confirm, if I didn't know already that it was a Yurei, that would absolutely confirm the presence of one. That or whatever it was. You know what I'm talking about. I'll clip it for later. Thanks, man. Appreciate that. I'm assuming you're probably cussing my name out and my family out, but thank you. Yurei.
Welcome back. I've prepared some jobs
Yep.
for you.
I mean, that's another 150 bucks. 150. 1200 right there is nice. About 1300. Is it daily? Weekly, detect the ghost motion sensor. 500, wow, 1700 bucks. That is definitely a level, I'm at level 53 at least. That's good. Partway into level 54. I mean, it's still like, even if we assume that it's there, it's still, even if we get 1200, even if we, okay, we get 1000, we're still gonna need 3. We probably need 3 decent rounds before, maybe 4 if we get like 800. So like we're talking 3 to 4 rounds, like 900. Actually, no, 2700 would still be enough, even if we say 2700. So we need like 3 rounds, most likely. But, I mean, well, that's a really good round at the very least. Let's go replenish anything I still need to, which is mainly the salt and sanity medications. Didn't really use anything that would get used up. Like, these don't get used up. Didn't need to ignite anything. No fire lights, no cruces, no incense. It is what it is. I think we got time for maybe one more, I want to say. Unless we got time for one more, maybe, I don't know. Unless someone pops in, I think we'll just do one more. Because we're getting to the point where it's about an hour and a half into stream. And we'll keep it simple, we'll do Tanglewood. But yeah, we're about an hour and a half into stream. Normally I go for about 2 hours, but again, if we're gonna have a slower day, nothing wrong with that. Just means I'll wrap up a little bit sooner. And I'll still have opportunities to do other things in the future. Maybe I'll do another impromptu stream during the week. 16 Google Drive. Let's try not to get clubbed, like... I don't know.
Whoever was here must have summoned the ghost with a cursed object. Investigate it, but be careful. We don't know what it's capable of.
Photo, and that's what's chasing someone, but it's a ghost event. 2 of these are easy enough. Keyword easy enough. This is not too bad. If we have dots or it manifests, okay. If we can get these 2 together, easy. It doesn't have to be a good photo of the ghost, we just have to get a photo. This I need at least a ghost event though, which is unlikely. Since we're doing this, we want to pop off with immediate full sanity. Basically, I'm taking a penalty of less. Whatchamacallits. Which, I mean, it's not a terrible penalty, just less sanity medication. Something, joke about prescriptions running out. Let's check this room, okay. Oh, let's use this. No voodoo doll, 8.3, 9.5, it's not in here. I will keep this light on just in case. Why actually keep doing that? 10.7, 9.8, 1.5. Take a photo of that for later. 10.8, 1.3. Let's confirm it's not a basement ghost walk down here. Or I'm over here. Do we have a hiding spot in the basement? No. Since we don't have anything here, we're just not going to the basement. It's most likely a frontal ghost. In some form. Could be a baby room. Let's go to the baby room. Hiding spot's off limit though. Bathroom ghost? Bathroom ghost. Hey. And ghost orbs really quickly. Okay, that actually gives me a lot to work with. We know what the bone is. I'll go take a photo of it preemptively. I'll try to get these crosses down. Ghost orbs. We have UV, cold. Otherwise, everything else is up to. If it's, we know it's potentially a UV. All right, a UV. If we get dots, then we know it's. I was gonna say if we get dots, we know that it's one of these. Okay, we'll mark off preemptively that's not these, just in the off chance. I'll mark, since it wasn't really active, it was still throwing stuff and doing its thing while I wasn't in the room. I'll mark Raiju again for the sake of... Probably isn't, but... You never know with these sorts of things. For all we know, it genuinely could be. Put that like right here. Put like the other one like right here. Just in case it decides to wander some. we confirm what the most likely evidence is. 3, 5. That UV is those two then. No combination of that. It's really, actually it's really weird. We don't have a ghost that's a combination of that. So I got 24 ghosts. With ghost strength 3, freezing temps that's 4, and all those be actual valid. I mean, let's start with the easiest. We need to get a photo of the ghost. I'll get dots up anyway, just in the offshoot. Then I'll bring an EMF over afterwards. Especially because we're already doing stuff with the EMF anyway. So it'll be a chance. That covers most of the room. This covers the room afterwards in case it tries to leave. So if it's a dots ghost, we'll find out real quickly. No, I didn't think so. Shut this. Okay. At least we know it's not gonna be something like a demon. I know the demon is the most threatening, but there's always just the off chance that it does try to jump you. And there's always just that worry at the back of your mind. So it's sometimes just a case of you gotta be a little careful. I'm gonna toss this down like right here, because that would cover a lot of the area. Gonna assume not. Actually, I'll do this just in case. Oh, you do have a spirit box response. Are you a mare? Potentially. My immediate thought goes to mare as an option. Yokai Onryo mare. Considering Onryo as an option, Mimic suddenly pops up as an option. So we now have to check for freezing temps and UV. If I don't get any of those, it's possible it's not an Onryo. Otherwise, there is the potential that if it might genuinely be an Onryo, we might have to Onryo test this, in which case I might die. Will it be worth it? Yeah. Could be Mimic. Some salt down. Photo of the ghost now becomes annoying though. So how likely that is. I'm gonna check temperature just in the offshoot. 1.7, 1.8. I should have brought UV in with me when I was going to put down the salt. I forgot to do that. I'll bring in a spare salt. Might be the most efficient, but I'm most likely not going to be getting a ghost unless it's hunting, which I'm not going to be hedging my bets on that. I'm not seeing any UV. It literally just walked in it, which means I'm pretty confident in saying, because no freezing temps, I'm pretty sure it's not a mimic. To turn off a light while I was in the room. If it's a mare, it's more likely to do that. Just put these two right there. I really don't care at this point. Let me double check. No extra freezing temps. Okay, yeah, no, it's like... Trying to think what other options we have. Well, I was gonna say I'm playing a yokai. If it's a yokai, I'm not gonna be doing much there. So chasing someone photo of a ghost. Where's the ghost event? Let me get a candle. And I'll bring an incense to the front. Where do I have confirmation that I have hiding spots in? Well, I'm not going there. That's just death. Here's the best spot. Stop for interact. Okay, that's our dirty water now. A lot of touching of lights. Where did you touch? I didn't see you touched. I'm leaning towards it being a mare. I'm not gonna lie. Gotta grab the bone. Yeah, monkey's paw would be awesome to get a photo of, but bone's a little bit more important. Oh, what am I saying? I know where the bone is. I think. I see a lot of lights getting flicked off. Okay, that's a mare. That's just a mare. That is just a mare. Considering I just turned that light on, that ghost turned it off, and then I flicked it on, and it used its ability to turn off the light again.
Welcome back.
Yep.
There's some jobs ready for you.
Who would have guessed? What are we looking at? Yep, $900. Not the most amount, because I didn't get any of the other ghosts. I think they would have been nice, but two of those were quite. I mean, Ghost of It was unlikely. If I had gotten it when it was able to get, like, if it shattered a light, I almost kind of wish I'd shattered a light, because that would have made it a little bit easier, but yeah, no, I kind of was able to still figure out that it was a mare. It wasn't too bad. I was gonna actually put down a candle to test for an on-rail if that hadn't happened. Which, to be fair, would have come back negative, so that would have probably told me it was a mare anyway. Because I was not betting my money on... What's the other option again? I'm blanking already. Ghost orbs and spirit box. I was not betting my money on a yokai. Because the fact that there've been lights flickering a couple times. And if it wasn't an Onryo, it would have been very, very likely to, well, you know, it would have been pretty likely if I didn't have either of these two things happening. If it didn't flick a bunch of lights, Onryo test failed, yokai. Onryo test is Onryo test. And then so much light flickering, mare. But yeah, I think knowing that, we're gonna go conclude today's stream in a moment or three. Out of curiosity, what is Deja Vu out of curiosity? I'm not gonna play it on stream, but challenge Phasmo. And then I want to see if I can figure out what we have. Survival, Technophilia, no evidence. Apocalypse draws near. Steady. Deja Vu. I think we had glow in the dark for last week. So we glow in the dark last week for that. Broken fuse box, high number of doors starting open, no firelights, flashlights, video cameras, tripods, motion sensors. So yeah, if we have this week, that's going to be no sprint, 75% ghost speed, no hiding spots, medium rolling frequency. Okay, so no changing favorite room, 4-second grace period, 75% ghost speed, no sprint. I'm assuming it's basically the old version of the game. 2 igniters missing, 1 salt, and dots projectors. Oh, then we have tag Urita as well, if I remember right. 1-second grace period. Well, is what it is. You know, if I actually had some people to play this with, I would just be like, yeah, let's just go play this then. But, everyone's doing their own thing today. It's no issue. That said, I think I will be ending stream off though, as I said. I know this one's a little bit of a shorter one. It's only going to be an hour and 3/4, and I apologize, but this is one of those games that's more of a social game, and it's made to be more of a social Saturday. And as much as I could do one other round, well, I guess I could. Well, no, I'm not really feeling it too much this time. I did have a longer stream thing there. I mean, worst case scenario, maybe I can just stream tomorrow. Maybe I'll just stream tomorrow, and we'll do that. We'll do Social Saturday Part 2, Sunday version. I don't know. We'll figure it out. We will figure it out. Otherwise, I will be bidding all of you a good day. Take care, and I'll be seeing you all next stream. We're at big 25 followers now, so we genuinely just need like 2 good streams, and then shouldn't be too bad. I mean, well, I was gonna say at this rate it'll probably be 3, considering I know when the next one's gonna be up, and then we'll have most of the rest of the month to get. It is what it is. We'll get there. We'll get there. As always, thank you all for joining me, and if I don't stream tomorrow, what I'll probably do is I'll probably just end up I'll put a schedule up, by the way, tomorrow in some form. If I don't do it later tonight anyway. We'll see, we'll see. Take care, halflings. Have a wonderful rest of your day, and I'll see you all next stream. Bye bye.